So, I mean, that looks safe. I have my truck camper already set up over at the land where I'm going tonight. I got this truck full and we're ready to go camping. Come with me. So I'm headed over to the off-grid property right now where we have the camper set up. And we're gonna set that up this summer and just leave it there because the couple trucks I have that can haul it are actually being redone. We're gonna set it up as an off-grid, kind of like an off-grid camper cabin thing, and learn a lot about off-grid living this summer. And I'm hoping to be able to get some solar and a few things like that. And it'll be a place that I can go and do some videos and learn more about. I also want to spend some time this evening telling you about what has been going on in my life, why you haven't seen a lot of videos, and sometimes the videos I have uploaded maybe aren't exactly adventure related, but I wanted to keep some videos going anyhow. So come along with me and we'll sit around the fire tonight and chat, and I'll share with you what's going on. And then also I'll be setting up the camper for the first time this season. Can't even see my camper back there till you really get around here. And you can see it. Okay, we are here. I need to go get a few things figured out here. I haven't even been in the camper all winter long, so hopefully we don't have a big mess in there. I did kind of peek in there and look around to make sure I didn't have any surprises. You know, it is a 1972, so it does have a few years on it. But what a beautiful area. Here's the camper. Got a woods right here. It looks like there's a little bit of a game trail right there into the woods, but they're not going to be using it now, I'm sure. I got my cement blocks here I used to stabilize the camper. I think I'm going to actually try to build a pallet stand for it to sit down on, and I'll stabilize it with some blocks and so on. I have jacks also. Listen to that. Well, we're losing light quick, so I need to get things moved around and get a fire going. So if we get a chance this evening, we're gonna compare my Buddy heater to an old-fashioned Coleman heater. I picked up a couple of these on auction, and they're used white gas. Obviously probably not as clean as a propane, but we're gonna check them out anyhow. They're for tents, not really for a camper inside there, but anyhow. Yeah. And of course you gotta have this because the mattresses in this old camper, not really good at all, so use a little extra. All right, let's go check out what it looks like inside there. Okay, I've had this thing locked up, basically keeping the honest people honest. If you don't know about this camper, I inherited it from my dad. His company designed it in '65 in Wakarusa, Indiana, and they built this. And so he restored it in 1995, but it definitely could use some more work on it, and I'm hoping to work on it. I've done quite a bit already, like rebuilding some of the framework on the outside under the skin. So let's take a look inside. Oh, it's kind of a mess in here. It looks like I got some work to do. I think we should get the fire going. I can kind of set things up a little bit more. It's a mess out here, and that's okay, because it's going to be an ongoing work this summer, getting this area set up. I'm going to have some friends out here at some point, and they're going to bring their camper out too, probably set up some tents. I might even coax my children out here to stay with me a couple times. So this is probably wet, so we're going to use one of these little fire start cubes and see how that does to get things going, and see if that'll work. If not, I have other options. We'll see how this does. I might have to go look for some birch bark if this doesn't work. I did bring some wood along from last year that I cut. So I do have some smaller stuff. Hopefully this will get going. Let's get set up. Got this full of water. Then tonight, I brought stuff to cook also. We're gonna go right over the fire. Why use the stove in the camper if we've got the fire to cook on, right? I brought my fine furniture along. I even brought my lounge chair. You can see the truck has a long way to go yet. We'll talk about that though. I'm gonna get this going really good, let it burn down. Then we'll do supper. So if you've watched my videos before and you think you might know what's for supper, make a comment, put a comment in the comments, see if you guess right. We'll have supper in a little bit. One of the things I wanted to talk about tonight was these little Coleman heaters. I've been able to pick up quite a few of them through auctions. This one actually still has the box. It's a little bit different. I just got this one, paid a little bit more for it, but it's in pretty good shape. And I got 2 cans of the fuel that came with it. It'll work on my stove, work on my lantern. I have to get some new lantern wicks, but I'm kind of intrigued by this old school camping stuff. And I realize that the propane burns cleaner and all that jazz, but you know, this has been around for quite some time. Now this one is shaped a little different, and I don't know, it kind of looks like a UFO, but they are definitely made to heat. This one, the paint is not perfect on it, but it definitely is pretty cool. So the reason I got this, and I need to get some tape here and so on and get it taped up. Let's see, this is my receipt for this one. Like I said, I didn't pay a whole lot. I bought 3 of them together. This one and 2 others. The other ones aren't in as great a shape, and I paid a whole $10 for 3 of them. I realize that they are somewhat collectible if they're in decent shape. So this says it has a special catalytic head designed, provides greater heat, yada, 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 all around. Let's see, quick, sure starting, simple 1, 2, 3 instructions right on the tank and so on. Uses the Coleman fuel, the low-cost way to safe, flameless heat. And of course, this one's 3,000 to 5,000 BTU. It is adjustable, which is pretty cool, and so on. It quickly removes the chill from any cold weather situation. Lets you, what's that say? Take warm comfort wherever you need it. So it just, you know, kind of the advertisement, if you will. It's got a 3-quart capacity. It provides up to 20 hours of heat, which is pretty cool. So as I'm thinking about things and I'm going tent camping, that's where I'm wondering if these might do better, because there's ventilation at the top of my tents, and it's able to vent out. Plus, it could stay on all night simply with this. So I'm not sure on the ages of these, and I don't even know if they will start or work. I think this one feels like it might have some in here, but I'm not sure. It does not seem to have any in it. So I will have to get some fuel put in it, but I do have fuel there. So anyhow, if you know anything about these old Coleman heaters, you know, also comment in the comments there. You know, leave a comment. I'd really like to find out more. Like this one here is a little bit different. I did learn you have to do something. Where is it? One of these. You have to be smarter than the average bear. So this is your temperature adjusting here, but there's definitely a way to open this, and I can't remember how it happens. It's this thing here, I'm pretty sure. You take both. Aha, looky there. Pops open, pretty cool. I'm not even sure what all this is. Oh, here we go. That just covers this, like so. And this is the spot to put the fuel in. This one is definitely cleaner than that one is. But we're going to try these out and see if they work. So, like I said, if you have experience with these, let me know what you think. If you have experience with the buddy heater, let me know. I've had quite a bit of experience with that. I actually have the tube and the filter that goes to a 20-pound tank for the buddy heater so that I can run it all night long. However, the buddy heater would drive you out of that camper unless it is really, really cold. If you'll see on my videos, I stayed in this camper during the winter and it got down in the teens and single digits. And the buddy heater actually kept that camper at about 55 degrees, even in that cold. And that old camper is not insulated. So it did really, really well. I had a carbon monoxide detector in there. I never had an issue. I did crack the roof vents a little bit to give some ventilation. So I'm learning some more about these fancy schmancy heaters things. But the best protection against the cold is to be prepared and have a good sleeping bag, which I do. So yeah, have some fun with this stuff, right? According to the instructions, I am doing this right. So you have to start outside, obviously, with a flame like that. And it says 15 to 25 minutes. So I'm going to let it burn, see what happens here. Maybe it'll settle down. So, I mean, that looks safe. Well, this one here, there are some tabs right here. It appears that that's how you get in here. And these are called a snuffer. And so you take that off. When you go to turn it off, you're supposed to put this down nice and tight, and that actually keeps it from getting the air that it needs, and then of course it goes out. So you add fuel, which is what I did to the other one, conveniently. So I wish I would have a little funnel, but we're going to try this one and see how it works. I don't know if the other two heaters work or not, but I have 4 of them now, and these 2 are the best looking ones. So I decided to try these out, and then we'll try the other ones, but not worth thinking they're worth too much with the well, I'm making a mess. So probably not worth too much, being those other 2 are a little more rusty and chipped paint and so on. But I'm thinking maybe this, I don't know which one's older, but I'll tell you right now, the other one that I have lit already is a lot more friendly to use. The hole to put fuel in is larger, and the tabs are definitely easier to use, and so on. But I don't want to put too much in here. Don't really need to have them sitting around with a bunch of fuel. Now the crazy part of this is it says to turn them upside down until there's about a quarter size spot that begins to develop on there. So that is definitely not one of the more convenient things to do. I hope that's the right way on this one. Well, that is leaking, so that's not good. See if that works. All right, well, you can see this one is starting to calm down. Let's see if this one will light. I'm not feeling like this one really got enough through to it, so we're going to try that again. I didn't see any come down through. I don't know if I'm doing this wrong on this one or not, but it didn't come with any. Oh, here's the instructions. With heater outdoors, apply Coleman fuel around rim of burner and 2 ways over the top. So this one is different. So we will try to figure this one out. I'm gonna put a little bit of fuel on this thing and see if we can get her to go. Like I said, I'm not thinking this one is as easy. I definitely feel heat coming from that one. Okay, so that's going to burn because I poured some on there, but whether or not it stays burning is the next thing. So we got a spot over there I can light too. Okay, so now that this is over there, it says you can adjust this. Let's see how it goes. I'm definitely feeling heat come off that. Move this one away so I'm not getting any definitely heat there. Well, as you can see, this one is starting to settle down. I flipped the top back up over. The fire's going and I still have heat coming from this one, though it's not a ton of heat. So right now I'm kind of unimpressed with it, but maybe it's because it's out here. Maybe it's the first time I used it. Maybe I don't have enough fuel in it. I don't know. So anyhow, and there is some heat coming off this. Not as much as what, well, actually it's got quite a bit more than the other one, but we'll see how it goes. So far, much more cumbersome to use than the buddy heater, and getting it started is definitely not the safest thing in the world. So yeah, there you go. Well, for those of you who don't remember what the truck camper and the truck looks like, this is my 83 Chevy C20. It is now my son's. This is my 1972 Saturn camper that my dad's company built. And so we have it out here at the off-grid property tonight and just having some fun, being out here, enjoying the outside. It's cool tonight and I'm okay with that. Well, we're gonna get some stuff ready now for supper. I asked you earlier if you wanted to put in the comments what you thought I was gonna have for supper. So we're gonna get that out and figure that out. We've got the 2 snuffers for the Coleman heaters. We're gonna put those right here for now. And I've got my cooler, so I have options tonight. Let's see. We have a couple of potatoes, which are already wrapped up, and I have a perfect spot for them that I've been brewing right down in here in the fire. So I'm shoved them right down in the coals, and that should help them to really get going. And now I'm gonna, let's see, where did I put it? All right, I have my grid that works perfect for this setup here. Keep some wood going here too with these potatoes. So this bridges this fancy fire ring here, which is actually just an old tractor rim. And there we go. We have got an off-grid grill. I also have a few other things in here. Let's see, what is this? Okay, I've got some eggs for breakfast. I have venison, and I was hoping that it would have gotten thawed, but it hasn't. So we're going to work on getting that thawed. This is a venison steak, so it's going to actually have to sit here and work on thawing for quite a while. Let's see what it says here. Yeah, venison steak. So I couldn't remember exactly what it was, but that is what it is. So we're going to get those going. Got my steak sauce with me and so on. And then in the morning, I have some brats and I have some eggs. Not my typical breakfast. In fact, recently I've been eating a lot of oatmeal because oatmeal is good for you. Well, I'll tell you what, let's sit down here around the fire, and I want to share with you a few things that have been going on. Well, it's a little later. I got my friend Bernie here, and this is actually his land that we're on, but we're just enjoying the fire. It took a while to get this fire going. Some of the wood I had here was wet. I've been slowly thawing my venison. I think I forgot to tell my son to throw in the microwave before I came. We have our potatoes down here in the coals. So I'm going to check on those. Also got myself some water in the kettle. And I'm going to get some smoke in the face.
Good training.
Yeah. So, get down in here. I think I'm going to pull these potatoes out a second and see if I can burn my hands testing them. Because that's a smart thing a guy ought to do, is grab a hold of a hot potato. You should make a game out of that or something. We're going to kind of stick those back down in there. Let them cook some more. Get this grate over here. I'm going to switch. Get a little more heat going on that. So my little catalytic heater is actually working. It's got a lot of heat coming out. This one fizzled out, so I'm not sure what's going on with that one. But yeah, this one is definitely working. I'm excited about that. So I'm going to try that a little bit inside. I'll be very careful. So I know I'll get somebody in the comments saying, that's not very safe or very, you're not being very careful. I will be very careful. I'm not going to let it run overnight. I'm not that comfortable with that being in there. So I think it's no different than having one of those kerosene heaters that people used to use in their homes. But yeah, we were just talking about some different things. If you don't know, I already mentioned in a couple of videos, I have a hobby farm and we have some chickens, and Bernie was saying he's got some pheasants coming.
Yeah,
Tuesday, cool. And they're ringneck pheasants, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. We have ringneck pheasants in this area. I saw a rooster probably 2 weeks ago. I was driving around and I saw a rooster. If you don't know what they look like, look them up. They're beautiful. Yeah, it's fun when he raises them. He's got like is it a converted semi-trailer?
Yeah, we cut the sides out of it and made it into a corn crib. And it's got like 3 just narrow wire onto it.
Okay.
Stay right in there. And they go from that to the school bus.
That's cool. Yeah, so he's got a school bus chicken coop. That is awesome. It makes the best chicken coop. I mean, it's the best redneck thing.
Smart chickens and pheasants in it.
Smart chickens and pheasants in the school bus. Right. So it's pretty slick, though, converting a semi-trailer into a corn crib and then using it for storing birds or putting birds in there. So, but I've got 40 meat chickens coming, and so 10 of them are going to go to a friend of mine, and then we're raising 30 so that everybody realizes right now that food prices are going up, and we're all a little concerned about how available some food is going to be, and so we're going to try to have some of that extra around. And I'm raising Royal Palm turkeys also. We had our first turkey hatch, and so we're going to see how that goes. And the reason I'm late today is because I had someone coming out to purchase a couple goslings, and they came out and were much later than what they said they would be. But that's okay. I don't have any place I got to be tonight. Just hang out with Bernie and
have a good time.
Have a good time. Take it easy. So, yeah. Well, I said I was going to talk a little bit about why I haven't been putting many videos up and what's been going on in my life. So I'm going to say a little bit. Obviously, I don't want to say everything. It's on YouTube. Everybody can see it. So it's not everybody's business. But I do want to let you know, I've mentioned before, that I've got some heart problems going on, and that has increased a little bit, and so I didn't have the energy that I needed, and I was working on trying to get down to Cleveland Clinic, which is #1 in the nation for heart issues, and yet things didn't work out with the insurance and so on. But I did get over to the University of Michigan, and we adjusted some meds, the doctors did, and so on. I did take myself off, which is not, you're not supposed to do that. I did take myself off of a med that I was on previously, and that really, really helped me to feel more like myself, and I had a lot more energy and so on. The doctor agreed, put me on something different, and so I am getting back to where I'm doing more, I'm breathing better, and so on. And I know one of our viewers, I think his name's Gary, I might be wrong, but he comments, and he's got congestive heart failure, which is what I have. I'm living with it, and it's something that I deal with on a daily basis, and I have to pace myself. And so if some of you are watching this and you're saying, you know what, I can't get out and do stuff. Sometimes you just got to take it slower. You got to pace yourself. And I had to just chill because I'm type A personality. I'm go, 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 got to hit it hard. And I had to just take a deep breath today and just say, you know what, if this happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, you know, I came out here, #1, to just enjoy myself, and obviously to do a video, share a video with you guys, but to get the camper open and so on. And the bonus is Bernie being able to come out and just hang out. So that's what's been going on. I apologize, we haven't gotten more done. I've been spending some time with the kids. You see, I tried to put these priorities, you know, out there, spending time with the family. I've got a 13-year-old, a 15-year-old, and a 17-year-old. They're growing up quick. They're only going to be around so long. So you'll see some videos on there. My youngest got a dirt bike my friend built for him. It's a 94 Suzuki RM125. You can see some shorts on that. I've got my oldest boy who just started a job at KOA. And so I'm not going to see him a ton, but we're working together on the old Chevy trucks. That's why you have a couple of videos there with the old Chevy trucks. And then if you go over to my other channel, the link in the description is in my Adventures with Rick About section. You can go there, and it says my other channel, Ferguson Hobby Farms. Click there, and you'll see a bunch of stuff with me and my daughter. She loves the animals. It started with a miniature horse and some chickens, and it kind of grew from there. We might have 5 goats now, and chickens and geese and ducks and all sorts of stuff. And so, well, you got rabbits and dogs, and
yeah, they're running all over the yard. And,
yeah, it's funny.
She does good with those chickens and turkeys. She can do pick them up, do anything she wants to with them.
Yeah, my daughter is amazing with them. I wouldn't doubt that she ends up working with animals in some way. I keep thinking that maybe she'll be a vet. She has a Muscovy Drake. It's a duck, and he was born, he wasn't hatching right, and so she got really good at helping them out of the shell without hurting them. She looked it up on YouTube over the years, and she's gotten really good. She helped this little baby duck, and it ended up with what's called wry neck. So the neck was like all cockeyed, and she helped this little duck out of its shell, and over time was able to get this little duck's neck straightened out. Now she has this Drake that's this big, and he just loves her. She'll walk right up to him. I can walk up to him and pet him, but it's just so cool to see the connection she has with these chickens and these birds and so on. The other day we lost one of her chickens that passed away, and it was rough because, you know, she came in crying and devastated, and such a tender heart. And those are the things that matter. They're the things, the time that matters, and I want to invest in them. They grow up quick, don't they?
Oh yeah, they do, fast.
Yep. In fact, Bernie's boys are, you know, about my age. I might be a little bit older, but they're about my age. And so, yeah, my parents are gone. So they love my kids a lot, and my wife's parents are still around, and So they live in Indiana. It's a little ways away. Oh, I'm going to check on the steak and see how things are going. All right. Once this thing kind of thaws, I need to slice it up a little bit. Now, I'm going to bring this over here so you can see it. Look at that. Oh, man. That is one hunk of steak. So this is venison. Venison is white-tailed deer. And I'm getting this nice and tender here, and then I'll slice it up and be able to do a little bit better getting it done. All right, turn our taters around. There we go. So if you're germophobic, I'm not your guy. I've said that before. So I know you're gonna see me setting my tongs down where I was messing with the heater and filling up fuel and stuff, you know, but what's a little bit of extra sauce?
Had the animals up on there and stuff.
Yeah, I had the animals up on there and all kinds of other things. So, sorry. Well, it looks like I'm getting really close to having my supper done. I did put some steak sauce on these, but then my fire heat kind of moved away from where I was. I'm going to move these over a little bit. I got them cut up, obviously. And I think our potatoes are probably done. They have been sitting in there since I got here, so one of the first things I did was get the fire going. Got some water on here for some coffee, and I'm a little short on light without my phone, so I brought a candle out here and lit that, because without the light of the phone, it's pretty dark out here. I need to bring a few more sources of light. What a beautiful place, minus the stack of cement blocks, but I got the woods back here to my back. We got the camper right there. And out there is, you know, farmland and woods and so on. And Bernie has left for the evening. Well, I think it is time to get this stuff off of the fire before I end up with rubber steak. So let me get this off of here. I think the best place to eat it is sitting at the table in the camper. Pretty neat looking out here. Get things closed up a little bit later, but I plan to hang out by the fire tonight. Just take it easy. And I forgot any salt or butter or anything for my potatoes. So all I have to use on my potatoes is steak sauce. So steak sauce it is. But we will see. They're quite... I got them a lot done. But that's okay. They are definitely... Oh, yes. Awesome. Well, and I did make this piece right here is a little crispy. But on this side, you can see I got a little bit of red stuff coming out yet. But we are definitely... I'm definitely going to enjoy eating this. And I'm going to leave that one wrapped right now. So, okay. All right. My wife bought some generic steak sauce. I don't know about this, but we're going to douse everything with it. And I'm either going to like it or I'm not going to like it. definitely not super picky. And there are times when I eat things that others will not eat, and that's okay. So we have quite a bit of, a decent amount of pink. That's probably medium. And then I've got some over here that's probably medium rare. Let's see what this piece is here. This side's a little crusty. A little crunchy, so yeah. That is definitely well done, but it's just charred on that one edge, that one side, so not terrible. Yeah, let's try this though. Very, very good. Definitely. But I forgot one thing. And so I'm going to pray before I eat tonight. I'm going to pray not only for my food, but I'm going to be praying for you too. Jesus, we thank you for this day. And just thank you for this food that I'm about to eat. I also thank you for every viewer that is viewing this. I ask, Lord, that you'd work in their lives. Whatever situation they might find themselves in, whether they're discouraged or depressed or anxious or maybe just trying to escape life. Father, I pray you'd meet them where they're at. Just pray this in your name. Amen. So you might not know, especially if you're not a regular viewer or this is the first time you've ever viewed this, but my day job, I'm a pastor. And so I am the head pastor of a little church. We run about 50 to 60 people right now. Before COVID hit, we were running about 80. And then COVID hit. And like so many churches out there, we took a hit. And the attendance has definitely been down, but God is working. And we are doing a lot of neat things in our community. We run a food pantry, and we do food giveaways on a regular basis, and that's been really neat. Some of the ladies in our church put together a clothing giveaway, and we have an old section of our church that kind of looks like an old country church. The basement of that, they took the entire basement over, and it looks like a resale shop, but we give away everything. There's nothing for sale. It's all free. And so we run a food pantry that's available to the public during the week. And then we do these food trucks. We'll purchase an entire semi-load of food from a food bank, and they bring it and we set it out. My friend Bernie that you saw earlier, he has an old Alice Chalmers tractor that he brings over with a rear forklift on it, and we unload the truck. We set out the pallets people drive through, and we load the people up with food. So that's become a ministry that we do. You've gotten a chance to see a little bit more about who I am in my life. And so I have a lot. I have a full plate. And Adventures with Rick is a channel that I really just made because I wanted to enjoy some time, and I want to continue to do so. We are so close. This channel is so close to being monetized. So if you're watching this and you haven't subscribed already, would you just take a moment and subscribe and hit the notification bell and become a follower of this channel if it's something that you want to do, something that you enjoy. To be wholesome stuff. No garbage on this channel. I work real hard on making sure that it's clean. Good stuff. Well, I sat in there and yacked so much talking with you guys that my steak and potatoes got cold. So I have 3 of these little cast iron plates that I picked up, like a little griddle. So I did bring one of those along tonight. I put all my stuff back on there, and I'm currently heating it back up on the fire. So yeah, looks like my water is probably Oh yeah, it's boiling. All right, let's get some coffee going here. A bit of a pour over. Now I bought this already ground, but typically I grind my own beans. But for this off-grid stuff, I guess I'm gonna have to figure out a hand grinder. I don't know, I may end up doing like a jackery or something out here with some solar panels. We'll see. It looks good though. A while back I asked about doing too much cooking stuff, and I got quite a bit of response from people saying, no, don't quit doing so much cooking stuff. So yeah, I decided to go ahead and keep doing it. I'm going to get a little more organized with that. I used to be a cook in college, but I've gotten kind of lazy over the years. I have such an incredibly gifted wife, and she likes to cook and bake and so on, and so I don't do a whole lot on the regular basis anymore. Not that I can't, but gotta say it does look pretty good tonight. It's kind of become a venison potato scramble. Yeah, this was the right thing to do, using this little skillet pan here. It definitely warmed the food back up really, really well. So good addition to things here. To add a little more to that. I thought I had that full. I didn't. Let that fill back up. Pretty tough to get better than this. Wow. Not a soul around, just me. All right, well, let's go in here. And I left the heater running in here. See if we notice any difference. Well, I can definitely feel a little bit of a difference, not too much, but not that we really need heat tonight. So I think I'm going to get the snuffer and turn that rascal off. And that way I don't have to worry about it. It definitely is working, and there's definitely heat. You can feel it. But I really don't need heat tonight. Well, we got the grid off there now. So I'm going to stoke this fire up nice and big. I'm going to kick back in my fancy schmancy zero gravity chair here somebody gave me, and drink my coffee and take it easy. Well, it's about a half a cup. That's probably plenty, because these cups are huge. Definitely looks good. Well, I'm in here tonight now. I got done outside. I got the buddy heater going a little bit. Got some lights strung up in here, just temporarily. Battery operated. Gives me a little bit of light anyhow. But I think it's time to crawl up in bed. Yeah, so it's gotten a little bit cool out there. And there's just a little chill, so I'm just going to take a little bit of the chill off in here and get ready to head to bed. Good morning, everyone. Yeah, it's a little after 6 in the morning. Birds are singing. But I got to get home here and get around. I got an appointment here today that I got to go to. It's gorgeous, beautiful. And the morning is already started. with the birds singing. Let me show you. And this field here has already been worked over. I don't think they've gotten the planting done yet. Well, I'm glad you came along. I'm glad that we had another opportunity to be out here at this off-grid spot. And yeah, it's just beautiful out here this morning. But unfortunately, I've got to get going. And so thank you so much for coming along and being a part of Adventures with Rick.